Just one thing I'd say about the last thing is I think intraday trading really is the art of doing nothing or not doing very much. I really think that that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
because most of it is about doing nothing. You just don't want to screw with your trades once you're in them, and that is because that is a death sentence. So edge to me basically means that you have it's just probability. It's just you have a higher probability of one thing happening over another.
yeah,
And if it doesn't work out for you, that you have some way of controlling that loss to a way that it is cheap. You want to keep your losses as cheap as possible while giving your trades the best possible run. And I don't think I don't think an edge is one thing. I think it's a collection
yeah,
of things.
yeah.
Um, so mine starts off with a technical edge. In other words, I'm a good technical analyst. I have my own trading system. I have my own fib system. I have and that is part of an edge because it means I have a base from where to find trades and to find mechanical ways of finding which way the market is going, which a lot of the time is just looking at the screen. I mean, it's just the thing I was talking about this morning. Actually, is it's if you take fear out of it, and if you see prices just basically overwhelmingly going up, it's probably going to keep going up until it stops going up, and then it's going to reverse. So I think a technical is where you start, but I don't think you can have just a technical edge because I mean you can have the fastest car in the world and drive it badly and drive it into a wall and kill yourself. So it's you can have the best technical system. There are loads of wonderful technical analysts who tried to be traders and failed. And that's
Yeah.
that's one part of it, but you need that one thing. The next thing I think is I have a lot of experience because I'm at this a long time. So I have a good feeling, good intuition, um, which is just experience. It's the thousands of hours of sitting in front of a computer and thinking about trading and thinking about patterns and thinking about support and resistance and all these kinds of things and doing it. And after a while, you get to know what comes next, because you've seen most patterns 1,000 times and they
Yeah.
they only resolve in one or two ways. Usually, if you have a bear flag, it either resolves to the downside and then it keeps going, but meanders down. Actually, it usually does not fly down, or else it breaks out the top and tends to go quite quickly because there's a lot of power because it traps the people who are short. So I think experience is a huge one. Resilience. I didn't give
Mhm.
up trading, and I think it's a huge thing. I didn't give up trading when it would have made perfect sense for me to just call it a day and do something else with my life. You have to have the resilience to keep going. And that is part of an edge because resilience, trading will always go wrong for you. You'll always have periods of bad periods of trading. Even when you're a, old veteran trader, you're going to have bad periods and you need the resilience to keep going. I'm relatively emotionally stable, you know, as in everybody has issues. Everybody has some sort of emotional issue at the end of the day. There's nobody who's 100% brilliant. But any issues I have are not the issues that are going to affect my trading, except one, which is the one that got me along the longest way in trading, which is I tend to be very conservative. So, and that is a great thing because conservative traders, you get an awful lot of traders who are, when you meet professional traders, there's usually two types. There are guys who are making an income who are conservative traders. Um, and they're very diligent and they're very hardworking and they get past the line and then they get to the other side of it and then they grow slowly, but they never really like an awful lot of traders that I would have known are on the same position size for 10 years. They're not they're making a good living. And the thing is they can make a good living in a short period of time during the day. It's what most people would fantasize about. And then you have other traders who are diligent, hardworking gamblers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's those boys tend to make they will have spectacular blow ups occasionally, but they tend to they can do spectacularly well. And once they rein in all that, they get their edge and they work that edge for all it's worth.